Hey everyone, welcome back. Alpha 4.7 is live and it is one of the biggest patches Star Citizen has seen in a long time. Before you undock, let me give you a proper rundown of what has changed and what you need to know. The first thing a lot of people are going to notice is the inventory. It has been completely rebuilt from the ground up and looks nothing like what came before you. Now get a dual panel layout with your character sitting in the middle. Filters, search, sorting and stacking are all built in. Right-clicking any item brings up a contextual menu with options to equip, hold, rename, drop and more depending on what you're holding. Two players cannot access the same inventory tab at the same time. It will show as grayed out if someone else is already in it. The Stack All button is temporarily switched off for now, but the team has said it is coming back very soon. Overall, it is a massive improvement, and once you get used to the new layout, it feels much more natural to use. Tied closely to the inventory is the crafting system, which is finally here. Item fabricators can be picked up at shops like Kelto and Dumpers Depot in Stanton and refinery shops in Pyro. You can spawn one through your freight elevator and move it around using a tractor beam. The one thing to know immediately is that the fabricator door has to be fully closed before you can move it. If the tractor beam is not working on it, that is almost certainly the reason. Fabricators will fit anywhere with a large enough cargo grid, ships included, to craft anything you need a blueprint. You get a handful to begin with, but missions are the main source of new ones going forward. Each mission type has its own blueprint pool, and when you complete a qualifying mission, the blueprint is added to your collection instantly, no extra steps required. You can also use the fabricator to dismantle certain items and convert them into raw materials, which feeds back into crafting. Material quality is a big deal in this system. Every component of an item can be crafted with a different material, and the quality of what you put in directly shapes what comes out. Better inputs mean better performing gear. Go too low on quality, and some blueprints will actually produce stat penalties on the finished item. You can autofill material slots or do it manually. Manual gives you more control over the outcome and is worth the extra time for anything important. To get those high quality materials, you are going to want to understand the mining changes in this patch because there are quite a few. All mined resources now carry a quality value that you can check in the mining UI, your inventory, and the crafting screen. That quality rating survives the refining process, so high quality ore becomes high quality refined material. Same quality materials can now be stacked, which is a big quality of life improvement for anyone doing serious mining runs. Resource distribution has also been completely reworked. Asteroids now typically contain a single resource type instead of a mixed bag, which makes targeting specific materials much more straightforward. Pyro has a higher chance of producing better quality materials compared to Stanton, so heading into more dangerous space for your crafting runs now has a tangible reward. Rock SU values have been reduced across the board with rarer resources coming in smaller volumes. Jalenite has been added to the surfaces of some planets and moons. Caves are easier to find and scan for, and resources show up more clearly when scanning. While you are out gathering materials, it is also worth knowing that salvage has had a small update too. Salvage sites now mostly spawn gold standard ships, and the pool of what can appear has been expanded. Ships also have removable components now, which opens up an extra dimension to salvage gameplay. Now let us talk about the new locations, because Nyx has grown considerably. 4 new social stations managed by the People's Alliance have been added across the system. They are fully equipped with the services you would expect, and they function as home and spawn locations, so you can set your base of operations out in Nyx for the first time. The bigger addition to Nyx is the Operation Breaker stations. These are permanent content, not a limited time event. The mission tasks you with getting one of many QV Breaker stations back online. You will be fighting through NPCs and creatures, navigating puzzles and hazards, and working toward restoring the station's mining capabilities so you can crack open a mineral-rich asteroid at the end. There are 2 ways to access these stations. Shared rights contracts open the site up to multiple players, which makes cooperation possible, but PvP is on the table too. You need at least reputation level 1 with Shub and Interstellar for these exclusive rights contracts give you the station to yourself with no other players present. Those require reputation level 2. The activity is built around groups of 4 to 6, but it works perfectly fine solo or with a smaller crew. Once you arrive, the station is completely dark. Land on one of the 2 pads under the laser head and EVA in through the maintenance airlock. From there, you explore the facility, track down components scattered throughout, deal with whatever is living inside, restore power through the central core, ride the ring shuttle out to the operations center, restore the rest of the facility, head to the warehouse via the monorail, get the laser sorted, and fire it. The asteroid opens up and you go in and collect the rewards. New enemies have moved into Nitwix alongside all of this. Ice Valakar in both juvenile and adult forms are in the area. The Claw Salamanders gang has also arrived, recognizable by their light armor, cape and mask. On the ships and vehicles side, there is a lot happening in 4.7. The armor system has been fundamentally reworked. At full health, armor will block low damage projectiles from reaching internal components entirely. As it degrades, smaller rounds start getting through. The practical result is that chipping away at well-armored ships with small caliber weapons or Gatling repeaters is largely ineffective until you have knocked the armor down first. Size 5 weapons are reportedly very good at stripping armor quickly. Turrets, thrusters, and other external subcomponents now have their own deflection values, making them targetable weak points even on heavily armored ships. Missiles have been rebalanced alongside this. They no longer punch through internal components indiscriminately the way they did before. Direct damage variants now focus on shields and armor in a tight area. Area of effect variants spread wider and are better suited to hitting multiple targets but deal less direct damage overall. Missiles are now strong armor breakers, which is a much more defined and satisfying role for them. Shields have had their health increase, but energy weapons now deal more damage to them to compensate. Life support costs to maintain atmosphere have also been adjusted upward. The radar system has been overhauled. Radars now draw more power, and the combination of which radar you have fitted and how much power you give it directly affects your ESP and aim assist ranges. New radar components are available at new Babbage Omega Pro. Cross-section signatures are now only detected during active pings, which makes running a stealthy approach considerably more viable. A handful of other ship changes worth knowing. Doors, ramps, and elevators across the fleet have significantly more health now, so they take real effort to breach. The Aegis Vanguard has gained limited gimbals on its nose weapon. Heavy Bomber and Explorer flight performance has been adjusted to match intended values. The Aegis Redeemer has received a large price reduction in shops. The 890 Jump has been fitted with a size 4 radar, and the 600i gets a size 3. A new size 3 neutron cannon, the Maxox NN-15, has been added to ship weapons. New rentals are in, including the Apollo Medivac and Triage, the Esperia Prowler utility variant, the Drake Golem, the Fortune, and the Avenger Titan. Emporium has added the RSI Apollo Triage with exclusive livery and upgraded components. On the character and FPS side, 6 new hairstyles have been added. A wide range of FPS weapons have received a visual refactor, including Bering, Gemini, Klaus, and Werner, Lightning Bolt Co., the Kara medical tool, and the fire extinguisher. The two-handed tractor salvage tool is now stocked in more shops. Armor pieces now display short abbreviated names in the inventory grid to keep things readable. A few broader updates rounding out the patch. AI overspawn guards are now in place to keep NPC populations under control during missions, which should help performance and reduce server degradation. New Valakar hunting missions are available, an Apex Radiator, though you will need significant Bounty Hunter Guild progression to unlock them. New music has been added throughout the persistent universe. Entity camp updates and nicks should help with cleanup and spawning stability. VR has received a substantial round of fixes and improvements. And 4.7 ships with over 150 bug and crash fixes since 4.6 before you head in. A few known issues to be aware of. The star map can open zoomed into the ship from a cockpit instead of showing the system. The front hangar elevator on the 890 Jump is still temporarily disabled. Party markers are not displaying teammate names or distances. Vulcan graphics on low settings causes planet and moon surfaces to not render correctly. Purchasing a commodity can block further buys until the first shipment is cleared from the freight elevator. Loot crates are currently not spawning in contested zones. More will surface as the patch beds in. Keep an eye on the issue council for the latest known problems and workarounds, that is 4.7. It is a massive patch and there is genuinely a lot to get stuck into. Enjoy it, and I will catch you in the verse.